Welcome to Movie Vault X, where we dive deep into the world of cinema. Today, we'll discuss films that had everything going for them. Huge budgets, star-studded casts, massive marketing campaigns, and yet they still flopped at the box office. Some of them were actually quite interesting, at least in our humble opinion, but something just didn't click with audiences. So which movies lost millions of dollars, and why? Let's find out. John Carter, 2012. Disney had high hopes for a new franchise that could rival Avatar or Star Wars. The movie had a $250 million budget, plus an additional $100 million spent on marketing. Based on the classic novel by Edgar Rice Burroughs, the film follows John Carter, a Civil War veteran who mysteriously finds himself on Mars, Barsoom, where he gains superhuman abilities and becomes entangled in an epic conflict. Why did it flop? The marketing was a disaster. Audiences didn't understand what the movie was about. Plus, the main character wasn't well known, making it harder to attract viewers. In the end, John Carter grossed $284 million worldwide, which wasn't enough to recover its costs. However, if you enjoy sci-fi, it's still worth a watch. Solo, a Star Wars story, 2018. Disney planned to launch a series of standalone films about beloved Star Wars characters, starting with Han Solo. The budget ballooned to $275 million. The film explores the origins of Han Solo, his first meeting with Chewbacca, and the beginning of his career as a smuggler. Why did it flop? The production was chaotic, with directors being replaced and scenes reshot almost entirely. Many fans also felt that Solo didn't need his own movie. As a result, the film earned just $393 million, making it the lowest-grossing live-action Star Wars movie. Let us know in the comments if you think it deserved better. 3. Superman Returns, 2006. Warner Bros. Wanted to revive the legendary superhero, pouring $270 million into this reboot. After a 5-year absence, Superman returns to Earth to find that Lois Lane has moved on with her life. Meanwhile, Lex Luthor is back with a new, dangerous scheme. Why did it flop? The film felt more like a tribute to the old Superman movies rather than a fresh take. While it grossed $391 million worldwide, it wasn't enough to justify its massive budget. Personally, we think Man of Steel, 2013, with Henry Cavill, was a far more exciting reboot. 4th, Ben-Hur, 2016. Paramount aimed to recreate the magic of the 1959 classic, spending $110 million in the process. The story follows a Jewish prince who is betrayed and sold into slavery, only to return seeking revenge. The famous chariot race scene was meant to be a major highlight. Why did it flop? Remakes of legendary films rarely succeed, and this one was no exception. Audiences felt it lacked the grandeur of the original, and competition at the box office was fierce. With a worldwide gross of just $94 million, it failed to break even. If you've seen it, let us know your thoughts. 5. Robin Hood, 2018. Yet another attempt to modernize a classic story, with a $100 million budget. After returning from the Crusades, Robin Hood starts a rebellion against the corrupt Sheriff of Nottingham. Why did it flop? The film tried to blend historical drama with modern action, but it felt too stylized. Plus, audiences had already seen countless Robin Hood adaptations. The movie earned just $87 million, killing any hopes of a sequel. If you're a fan of action, you might enjoy it. But for a truly compelling Robin Hood story, the 2010 film starring Russell Crowe is a must-watch. 6. Gods of Egypt, 2016. Lionsgate attempted to create its own Game of Thrones with an Egyptian mythology twist, spending $140 million. A young thief joins forces with the god Horus to battle the villainous Set, who seeks to rule Egypt. Why did it flop? The movie was heavily criticized for casting white actors in Egyptian roles. Additionally, the story was messy, and the CGI felt outdated. Box office numbers ranged between $135 to $150 million, barely covering costs. It's an okay watch for fantasy fans, but if bad visual effects bother you, you might want to skip it. 7. A Wrinkle in Time, 2018. Disney hoped to create a new fantasy blockbuster, similar to the Chronicles of Narnia. A young girl embarks on a journey through space and time to find her missing father. Why did it flop? Audiences found the plot confusing, and the visual effects weren't as impressive as expected. With a budget of $100 million and heavy marketing costs, the film's $133 million earnings were a major disappointment. Even in Hollywood, a massive budget doesn't guarantee success. Some of these movies suffered from poor storytelling, while others fell victim to bad marketing or oversaturation of similar films. What do you think? Which movie do you consider the biggest box office flop of recent years? Or are there any films you believe were unfairly criticized and deserve more recognition? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the world of cinema. There are plenty of exciting videos ahead.